Hey there again, folks. This is Rabbi Leah, and I'm back for another look at the Amidah, at the central prayer of the Jewish prayer service. So last time we took a look at the first blessing, the Avot, which is about remembering our ancestors and their significance on our lives, and the wellspring of chesed, of loving kindness, which they left behind for us for us to benefit from in our lives. So this time we'll be taking a look at the second blessing, which is the Gevurot. So this blessing is concerning itself with divine power. This is another one where in the Reconstructionist prayer book it's been changed a little bit from the traditional language, and I'll be talking about that a little bit as well. So the text goes, Ata Gibor Leolam Adonai Rav Lehoshia. You are powerful forever, Adonai. Great in your power to save, great in salvation. Now, in traditional prayer book, the way this actually reads is Ata Gibor Leolam Adonai Mechaye Metim Ata Rav Lehoshia. You are powerful forever, Adonai. You are the one who resurrects the dead. Great is your saving power. So in the Reconstructionist prayer book, this has actually been changed because back when they were creating the Reconstructionist prayer book, one of the big concerns was a desire to kind of de-emphasize the supernatural elements, the sort of miraculous elements, and to put an emphasis instead on focusing on God's power as it manifests in nature and the world around us, rather than putting an emphasis on belief in miraculous phenomena like the eventual resurrection of the dead. For me personally, I find that actually I prefer keeping in the reference to the resurrection of the dead. And you know, it's a really personal thing whether you do that or not. For me, it's a really important part of what it means to engage spiritually with prayer is to engage the aspect of our lives which is religious imagination, spiritual imagination, right? So we, in prayer, open ourselves up enough to ask for something, to ask for what we need, even if what we need doesn't seem to be that easy to accomplish or even possible. And to me, there's something really powerful about asking the impossible, about giving ourselves permission to ask for something that we don't really see how it could ever happen, right? The people that we have loved and who've departed from us and who are no longer with us, we don't see any way that we'll ever be reunited with them again, that there will ever be a way to rejoin that broken circle. But I think there's something really to be said for acknowledging that sometimes we can express a need that we can't even see a way to that need being fulfilled. I think there's something cleansing and purifying about that, and it kind of expands our consciousness a little bit to look for the impossible possibilities in life. I understand that that's not everyone's personal take, and that some people are really alienated by that language, and so this is one of those areas where obviously it's a matter of your personal choice. But anyway, so that's the difference there. So Ata Gibor Leolam Adonai Rav Lehoshia, and then there's this insertion which is different depending on the season. So one of the manifestations of God's power in traditional Judaism was the ability to that God was seen as the one who brought rain, and so it's traditional to reference that aspect of God's power, either by referencing by reading Mashiv Haruach Umorid Hagashem, who returns the wind and makes the rain to fall. This is recited in winter, when in the land of Israel typically that's when the rain falls, or in the summer when typically there isn't any rain falling in the land of Israel. It's Morid Hatal, who causes the dew to fall, because that also is seen as a manifestation of God's power. All right. Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mechaye Kol Chai Berachamim Rabim. God nurtures the living with loving kindness and gives life to, in this version, gives life to all living things with great compassion. In the traditional version, it's Machaye Hametim Berachamim Rabim, who gives life to the dead with loving compassion. You see how that changes. Somech Noflim, God supports those who are fallen, or raises up those who are fallen. Virofeh cholim, God heals those who are sick. Umatir asurim, and God frees those who are in captivity, who are in bondage. Umakayem emunato lishene afar, and God fulfills God's promise, or fulfills God's faithfulness to those who sleep in dust. Mi chamocha bal gevurot umi domelach. Who is like you, master of strength, or great one of strength, and who is like you, who is similar to you? Melech memit umechaye umatzmiach Yeshua. Ruler who brings death and brings life and causes salvation to flourish, to sprout up, to burst to burst into spring foliage. And this is another one addition for the period of time between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. Mi chamocha av harachamim, zocher yitzurav l'chaim berachamim. Who is like you, Father of mercy, who remembers those who are his creations to life in compassion. That's only said during the period of Yom Kippur, between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. But then in any event, we finish up, V'ne'eman ata lehachayot kol chai, and faithful are you to bring life to those to the living. Once again, this is in the traditional version, V'ne'eman ata lehachayot hametim, faithful are you to bring life to the dead. Baruch ata Adonai mechaye kol chai. Blessed are you, Adonai, who gives life to the living, or in the alternative version, mechaye hametim. All right, so that's a look at Gevurot, our second blessing of the Amidah. Let's take a look now, actually, at the third blessing, which is really short, so we'll just include it in this video as well. So we've praised God, we've talked about the fact that God was there for our ancestors, and that now we're here today. We've talked about God's power, right? The power of divinity that we see manifest in the world, in natural phenomena and in phenomena that may not seem so natural. And now we're going to now the emphasis shifts to holiness. So this is Kedushat ha-Shem, the holiness of the name, in other words, the holiness of God. So this one's really short when you're praying by yourself. It's a little bit longer when you're praying together in a group. But the version when you're praying for yourself is really short, and it just goes, Ata kadosh, v'shimcha kadosh. You are holy, and your name is holy. Ukedoshim b'chol yom yehalelucha selah. And those who are holy every day praise you indeed. Emphasizing here, right, that not only is God holy, and not only is God's name holy, but also that we ourselves become holy by praising God. It's a two-way street. That holiness is something that not only God can participate in. It's not only an aspect of divinity, it's also an aspect of divinity which takes place within our own lives, within our own selves, whenever we interface with that aspect. Whenever we get close to God, we ourselves become holy. And then we finish up with the coda, Baruch Ata Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh. Super simple. Blessed are you, Adonai, holy God, the God who is holy. All right, well, that's blessings 2 and 3 wrapped up. Let me know what you think. And next time we will be going on to take a look at blessings probably 4, 5, and 6. So anyway, take care, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.